directly, and his brother Charles, the Duke of York, was to steal people. This is a man who apparently has translated the word of God, yet has committed so much crime that is inconceivable. And the Bible says that if you steal, you must make restitution. Even if you repent of your sins, you must make restitution for your sins to be forgiven. But they had no shame dying in sin. Who was the person who actually, the earliest people who started slavery? Henry the Navigator. Who was he? He became king of Portugal. He was a navigator, became king of Portugal. And he was a Catholic cardinal. A cardinal is a step away from the Pope. These are all Christian men who have sold and killed our people and died in that same sin. They are not afraid of going to hell. You know, who was King Leopold of Belgium, who killed more than 14 million Congolese? He was a Catholic senior deacon. On the advice and complicity of Pope Leo, he came to spread Catholicism, stole the people's rubber, stole their rice plantations, their wheat plantations. Then he started enforcing quotas on all of these countries. You don't meet it, they chop off the hands of your kids, they rape your women, and then in some cases, most cases even, you get killed. There's a documentary on PBS for that. Now you ask the question, why has Christianity spread so much and Islam in Africa? And you look at even those Boko boys, they keep fighting for nonsense. You see, that's why I say it's cultural confusion and social intoxication. We have a very sticky personality because this whole thing of being too good to your neighbors is the easiest way of you being held captive. So some people come on the forum, they think that you can love Westerners or Europeans and civilize them out of racism. It's not going to work. It didn't work since the 1400s. Even those who were very religious, it doesn't work. In fact, the most hateful group in America is not even the white nationalists, because you can tell that they're racist. It's the Christian evangelicals that actually hated Dr. King, Martin Luther King, did not participate in the Civil Rights March, and did everything possible for their congregation not to. Look at King's letter from Birmingham jail he wrote to the evangelicals. Please come and march in support of God's people. This is not just a freedom march. This is a march for salvation of God's own people. Remember, he made man in his own image. They wrote back and told the congregation to respect the law, which was a biased law, and they said that in God's own chosen time, Black people will be saved. But what did Nelson Mandela said about unjust laws? An unjust law is a species for disruption. Punishment for its breach makes it even more so. It's even more disruptive. It tells you, and today evangelicals have remained the most hateful groups. But what is very characteristic of Westerners, everywhere they go, they have to have a new message. The Catholics, after 4,000 years of Judaism, came up with Catholicism after the Conference of Nicaea or the Council of Nicaea. They came up, they have their own religion, and they had to spread it. Pope Nicholas actually endorsed slavery, said that Africans were savages, they were not Christians, and should be enslaved and considered property. And if you're considered property and you're not Christians, regardless of your geography, you're not supposed to own lands because the lands belong to God. That was the reason that every Catholic pope followed that same edict and mandate. So Africans were taken and enslaved. You understand? So this is the thing. When the Europeans broke away from Catholic Church, they had the Lutheran Church, they had the Methodist, they had the Church of England, which is the Anglican Church, they had the Presbyterian, the Baptist, which became Southern Baptist. And years later, when they were in America, they had the Mormon. Somebody has to have a revelation from God. It only has to be a European or a white man. So they have the Mormon, but we know the Mormon is the easiest to prove that it is a lie, complete lie, 100%. But why is a Mormon church in Ghana? You go to Ghana, you see a Mormon church. It's so risible, you know. What do you believe? Then the Adventists came. They said, oh no, Saturday is Sabbath because it just goes Saturday. So it must be Sabbath. Such, you know, a very uninformed, uneducated thinking. But I saw an African woman who even argues that going to church on Sunday will take you to hell because Sabbath for the Adventists is correct. I said, but who is your founder? It's an American. And what about this founder? Do you know? She didn't even know. I said, well, he predicted the world will end 3 times, and it didn't come to an end. I said, but why? Why?
She's the biggest liar. Her name is Ellen G. White. She's a white woman, and she's a liar. Go on.
And even Joseph Smith had to kill people to spread Mormonism. And how did he die? By gunshot. So you look at all of these criminals who are actually spooking our people, and they always tell you, you go to hell, you go to hell. Your physical body is not going to die, so what is going to burn? If you have to go to hell for all the beautiful stories about Angel Gabriel and Angel Michael, the 3 wise men, why are none of those wise men Yoruba? Why are they not from the Igbo people? Why are they not from the Mende Timini people? Why are they not Ashantis? Why are they not the Bamums of Cameroon? Why are they not the people from Congo? Why are they not Zulus? We had more people. That's why even when they took 17 million people, our population still thrived. Western Europe is just 830 million people. 35% of that population is foreign-born, Africans, Middle Easterners, Indians, and the rest. So you have to understand this thing. Somebody keeps telling you, and it's the same argument the Muslims make. They tell you, oh no, Deuteronomy 18:18, I'll send a brethren amongst you. So they say, oh well, that must be Muhammad. But when is that new prophet going to be someone we call Kalu or Chiluba? Why doesn't it come from us? So this is my prescription for the African people. Number 1, every African country should now hold an emergency meeting. 95% of the churches have 1 year for all the money they collect from our people. They have to convert themselves into factories. They must start sewing clothes in their gari. They should be making it in there. If you can spend 8 hours hoping for miracle and prosperity, no nation on earth has been built on miracle and prosperity. Japanese are not Christians, so know that 100% they are not. 99% of Chinese, they are not. But 99% of Bodas in Nigeria are from, and Okada are from China. How can the people who don't even know your Christian God produce everything that you consume? The only Christians in Korea are the Europeans who went in them, the Koreans by design, and the few that were colonized by America and the UK, who are practicing Christianity. Otherwise, more than 87% of Koreans are not Christians. India has a population of Africa, 1,460,000,000 people in India. 85% are Hindi. So the thing is, they were colonized by England for 170 years. Do you think they didn't hear about Christianity? They rejected it because Christianity, everything about the Christians was so bad that the Indians said this type of religion is not for us because they saw nothing godly in it. There was nothing good or righteous in Christianity. They rejected, and the Hindi people still practice Hindi. The rest of them are what? Sikh people or Muslim. Less than 1% of Indians are Christians, and they are Euro-Indians. But India today has atomic weapons to shield themselves from criminal invasion from their former oppressors. They produce the highest quantity of rice. But what is the size of India? India is about slightly bigger than Congo, if I'm not mistaken, 1.3 million square miles. It means Africa is 13 times the size of India. Yet we go for drugs there, we go for phones there, we go for medical consultations there. Isn't it shameful that the most prayerful people who command miracle and prosperity?
You have 30 seconds to round up, please.
I'm sorry?
Start rounding up. Yes.
Okay, so this is the point I'm making. You close the churches and you convert them to factories. All those who are working 8 hours must start working 8 hours in the farm because that's the way you grow. Industrial revolution started with the agricultural revolution. Number 2, in all countries, everywhere you have a local district, because you can learn French and English, every local district should learn in school the local language of the people so that you have more cultural integration in those countries. Every African country should have an African foreign language specialization. It means you can go to university and you do 3 or 4 years and you come out with a degree in African languages, in Yoruba, in Hausa, in Lingala, in whether it's Mende language, and that will be a specialty. I see Africans graduating and they are specialists in Portuguese to do what with it. That's one thing you can do. Then the very last thing that Africans have to do is our governments need to start setting the rules because of the exploitation. Look at the situation in Liberia where the missionary poisoned this woman. The woman, luckily, she didn't die. All our airports should have a notice there. Our women less than 27 years are not available for dating, whether you come from China, from Russia, from France, or they are not available. They are for our young men. Older women in England, you are not dating. If you came here for sightseeing, for tourism, you focus on that. You date, you go to jail, and there is a fine about $10,000. When you have that money, will you use that money to build our own industries and help our women? They grow and develop. That's my submission.
Very good one. Yes.
I have to go to class soon, and I want to, I'll have to. But I want to say my last words just now before I drop. Hebrew Israelite, Hebrew Israel clowns, a bunch of cult members who believe in poverty and worship poverty. They believe that they are cursed by somebody. They don't think of anything good about themselves. There are a bunch of people who want to suffer, and they praise poverty, and they think they did something, and they are cursed by this so-called God. So we don't care about you can suffer. You can. It's a cult where these men gaslight these women. These women with no standards, and they want to live in poverty. So they will come here. They're very brainwashed, trying to radicalize other Africans. We don't want to hear your nonsense. We're not interested in your nonsense. We're not Hebrews. We're Africans. We are not Israelites. We don't want to hear it. I am not a Hebrew. I am not an Israelite. Like, we are cursed. We are the cursed. Bro, if you want to be cursed, take that nonsense somewhere else. I am not cursed. You stay with your curses, with your men that don't have money. The men are very broke, and they got these women, they gaslight every time. Hey, we don't know how to use the system of the white man. You have to do this. Bro, I don't care. Praise your poverty. I don't care. You don't want to succeed. You don't want to progress. That's what you worship. You're a bunch of people who are easily brainwashed. You're clowns. Israelites, Israel clowns. Do you even know when Israel was instated? That is 1950 something. And you're coming us telling us Israel. Wait, what is Israel?
Where is Israel? Sister was 1947 then in the Geneva Convention after the Second World War.
Oh yeah, 1947. My bad. I thought it was. It's the same anyway. Difference, whatever. But going back to the topic, Israel clowns, Hebrew Israel clowns. We don't want to hear you. You're not in South Africa. You're not in Ghana. You're not Igbos. We are the Igbos. We are the Igbo tribe. If you go to Igbos, no Igbo knows you, bro. No Igbo person knows you. Igbos are Bantus. They don't know you. We don't know you, bro. So we are not Hebrews. We are not Israelites. You take that nonsense maybe in America where you've come from. In that nonsense, go. Let's say I want to leave. We don't care. I'm a Luo. You're not a Luo. You're not a Luo. Luo don't believe in that nonsense. I'm going to land. I don't want to talk too much because, but we don't care. Take that. We are not Hebrews. I don't understand. If you want to be Hebrews, stay Hebrews, but don't associate with Africa. The problem is them associating Hebrews with Africa, trying to claim South Africa, trying to claim Uganda now, Kenya, whatever. That's the problem. We wouldn't even be caring about you, but don't put us in your nonsense. Israel is in whatever the small distance. It's actually in Africa, but it's a bridge between Africa and Saudi Arabia. So you should go there. Don't talk to us. Don't put us there. We don't have anything to do with Hebrews. Period. And I'm the mark of the beast. I'm the mark of the beast. I'm the second coming of Satan, and he's my boyfriend. And you should stay mad with your nonsense, religion, whatever, Hebrews. Yeah, Deaton, have a good day. Tony, have a beautiful day. Sister, my beautiful sister, my BIAFRA queen, the soldier general, have a beautiful day. And everybody in the panel, I love you so much. Stay Bantu and dangerous. Stay Bantu and dangerous every day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cliff, please mute your mic, please, Cliff. Cliff. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you so much. That's the truth, bro. But that was a very good submission. I think a lot of us need to learn. I'm so glad that your summation is also backed up with statistics, which I believe people need to learn from it. And if you're patient enough, after we roll it around again, you have a few minutes again, because I know you started wrapping up with the way forward, and I would like to hear one or two things again of myself. You get a few minutes to add to it and the way forward. Yes, so that we can also learn one or two things, because we are here to learn and unlearn. I think we need to start to understand that we have structures before they came, and we don't need to copy the structures. Of course, people work together. Of course, people do things together, but we must not go in their ways. We have our ways, and we need to respect our ancestors. Like I always say, the branches of the tree feed from the roots, and the roots does not feed from the tree or from the branches of the tree. And as long as we keep rejecting our ancestors, and that is why you see us roaming around the surface of the earth without respect, and that is what we want to do now. We want to take our rightful position, and that's why we need to respect our ancestors, and that's what we are doing right now. Like I used in my language, we stop the bleeding, begin the healing process, and before we start to lay foundation. And that's the way to go. We are African, and every African all over the world, Africa is big enough for everybody. We have our people in great positions, top notch in all fields. We are doing very fine. So, but we living inside Africa need to give these people a warm hug, open hand, give them perspective, make them to understand that Africa is a place where they can come anytime, and they will definitely come because they know their roots. And once again, to our young sister Ezekiel, we will try to take you out of that, drowning position. You will come out, because we believe, because you still talk about your roots, that your roots is taking you to Kenya and Uganda or Rwanda, I don't know. That means you are not totally gone, okay? Because you said you're American, it is fine, but also you're an African. So we're here because we need to take side, like the brother said, like I said earlier also. It will not do us any harm if we are going to St. Adewale's Cathedral, or St. Malema's Cathedral, or St. Desmond Tutu Cathedral, or I don't know, St. Chukwuemeka Cathedral. So these are the things we need to understand, that until we respect our ancestors, it will not be well. Yes, because they fought with everything they had. Some were taken to America. They turned their back and walked straight into water and drowned themselves, saying before they would be slaves to these people, because they're better off than them. So they went back, drowned themselves. Do you know what it takes to walk into water and drown yourself? I cannot imagine that. But they did, because they are heroes. And here we are, some people are coming to tell us that they failed. Great men and women coming to tell us that they failed. It's unbelievable. You need to have that extra power to walk straight into water and drown yourself without struggling. Knowingly, intentionally. That natural resistance refused to pop up, because they know what is ahead of them. They know that we're taken away without their consent. And here we are, people are telling us that Africans sold Africa. Who are those Africans? We need to identify them. We know them. They are not Africans. We know how they look. And we know how they think. But this is our continent, and we're going to breed Africa. Thank you so much. Yes. The speaker should be, I think it's Cliff and this Hallelujah. They came out at the same time. I don't know. I think it's Cliff. Cliff, unmute your mic and you have the floor.
Yeah. Sorry, Cliff. Before you go, please, guys, I'll be ending the live soon. So let's try to manage time so that everybody on the panel will be able to have their take before I end. I think in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I should end the panel because it's very late here. It's 3:04 a.m. of my time, and I need to still go to work by 6 a.m. So I need to rest. So please, guys, today, I'm saying tomorrow. Today, we'll be coming back to still have same discussion. So if you do not have your take now, you can join me later and, come and have your take. Thank you. So, thank you, sir. You can go ahead, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
No, that's fine. I'm used to your interruption. Never mind. A couple of things that I really want to sort of touch. Yesterday, I mentioned the fact that we should not allow our enemies to turn us into who they were, who they are. And that is to say that when somebody wants to destroy you, he makes you so angry so that you can destroy yourself. And those things
Thank you for the
those things are things that we should be aware of, that we should stay away from the anger and vengeance for one another. The ability for us to just insult each other and be fighting each other and be dehumanizing each other is very painful. And I want to provide solutions that I think that can help us as individuals. In whatever situation you find yourself as an African, as a Black,
Singapore.
your other fellow Africans are also passing through.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing.
They are in pain and they're going through something. And showing anger, exhibiting anger and violently dehumanizing them in any way and every shape cannot lead to reconciliation or the ability for you to take your message to them in kindness. One of the worst things that I see in Africa that we should not allow is the hate for one another, the vengeance for one another. So there are a couple of ways that we can detect those things and we can remove them from our midst. One is the ability to understand our true history. Knowledge is very powerful. And knowledge gives us the wisdom to understand. Wisdom gives us the knowledge to know how to cope. For example, you know that tomatoes is fruit, but you don't use tomatoes in fruit salad. So that's the difference between wisdom and knowledge. So when you see a brother who is a Muslim, or you see another brother who is a Christian, and you see another brother who is an African, an Africanist, who worship different things, I want you to find a common ground. Find a common ground. We may have a lot of differences because of the history, but let us remember the biography. Let us remember that we may have the same history but different biographies. So let us be very concerned about the history itself, not the biography. The social history, aka biography, is what has turned us into now and created differences. But our history is the same. And what I mean by our history is the same is that if all of us, Black people, whether you're a Christian, you're Muslim, you're a Jew, you're whatever you claim, you're in the same room, and somebody comes and they want to destroy all of us, they will destroy all of us, regardless of where we come from. That's the same people. We may have different biographies. So let us be concerned about those things. That at the heart of the game, at the heart of everything, that we will care for one another, that we will protect one another, that we will share the vehement nature of who we are, that are careful people, that we shouldn't allow the white people, we shouldn't allow Christianity to divide us, we shouldn't allow Islam to divide us, we should allow Ubuntu, our humanity, to carry us through as one people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it's a very vital point about shouldn't allow religion to dismantle us or to bring division among us. Yes, very, very important. That's why we've been discussing about we should put religion aside and think of, please mute your mic. Hallelujah, mute your mic, please. Hallelujah, mute your mic.
Okay.
Mute your mic. Mute is disturbing. That is why, we've been appealing and trying to educate people about this religion, bigotry, and, these things we need to put these things aside and to look forward. Because it's going to be a problem. So the unity we are trying to achieve is going to be a problem if we don't put these things aside. Because both religions cannot go together. That's the truth. That is the truth. That both religions cannot go together. Like we talk about sometimes when we talk, we are speaking from, experience. Like in South Africa, for example, I would like their next independence celebration that we make a coverage about it. You understand what I'm saying? The whites in South Africa, they are saying it as a sad day. While the blacks are celebrating, you won't see them in a stadium or anywhere to celebrate their independence. The whites, they say it as a day of defeat. They don't intermarry. They don't do things together. Check their rugby team, the national team. They call the football team the black team. While rugby, you say they have 80 to 95% white. While the football team is also the same. So they don't mix up with each other. So how do you achieve a country? Is that the country that everybody prays for? So that is one thing we need to think about. So sometimes when we talk about, this is the way we want to go. These people are not ready to stop. Like I said earlier, if they stop, then it's easier for us. If they stop, we'll not be discussing here. We'll not be having some of the discussions will not be on the table because we don't need to discuss about them if they stop. But they are planning. They are still planning and still planning, still mapping out strategies to steal, to oppress, and to unalive. So what do we do? Of course, we are planning. We are not the ones that will plan for reconciliation. We are not going to plan for reconciliation. They offended us. They should call for reconciliation, not we going. Come on. So we are not speaking from the offensive side of hate or no. We are just trying to equip ourselves of the danger ahead of us because they are going to strategize again. They are in again. They will go back and plan how the next way to come. They don't want to give up. They don't want to stop. So that's just a point. Thank you so much, Very good submission. Thank you. Yes. I think the next speaker is yeah, hallelujah. The floor is yours. You can unmute your mic now and have your take.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and my sisters, queens and kings. I greet you, everyone. Thank you, Sistina. You already said it all because that brother that called me, I think his name is Cliff. I'm not here to offend anybody, but for him to be telling us bring the religion and this and that cannot happen. It cannot work. It cannot work. First of all, what is the agenda of that religion first that you want to bring together? Agenda that have been set that this religion is against this one and this one is against this one, and you want to bring them together in a one room and call it what? Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Listen, even this thing we are talking of coming together, Pan-Africanism or whatever you call it, it cannot work if we still have this different agenda in religion or whatever. You know, sir, we must have to do our way with this religion and know who we are before the religion came and meet us. You understand? These have been buildings to so many people, not like me, anyways, with other people that have been waking up. Because if you are not awakened, you will not know what is going on. We have a battle at this hand. We are fighting. And these people still has a way into us through religion. And if we don't do anything about it, and we came here we all of us come here to pretend and pretend like all is good and try to paint religion. What I painted? The religion that was here there for you are the one that came there to destroy you. How did our defeat started in the first place, if not religion? Remove religion and they see us waking up. You know, the battle we are facing today, these people are fighting this, is not a religion that is causing it more. You know, and they still have a way to penetrate us through that religion. So what is he trying to tell us that we should look away and do this and you know when they preach that piece, you think they're really preaching it. They're not even doing what they're preaching. You know. So even when he was saying those things, I was not happy with him because that's not what we are talking about here. And let me tell you, my people, this thing we are talking about, if we must achieve it, we have our ladies here and our men that are intelligent, that can keep writing some records down for next future, for the next vision. Because all of us must not be here. One day we will live here. One of the things these people are using against us is we don't have what we have. We don't have any information we kept somewhere because honestly we do, but they destroyed it and took it away. But what are we doing now? Most of us are scientists, are this, and that, and we don't even have anything. We are planning, okay, this is where we store this kind of information. Most of us have Facebook, have TikTok, have also this thing. We don't even have a platform of our own. If the TikTok drop us tomorrow or the Facebook delete everything we have stored in their system, where are we going to find our own data? We don't have it. And nobody's taking it towards that, creating that kind of place where, even if not for anything, at least to save information and data like these things we are talking about. Because most of these things might be stored for a quite long time, but sometimes they might delete it off and nobody will see it. And they will also call us the same name they are calling our ancestors that are evil. Me and you now, are we evil now? We are not evil now, but tomorrow we'll become an ancestors. And our children will also be told that we are evil.
Exactly.
You see the problem we are going to face. That's why I became so annoyed when I see one of our people or so many of our people calling our ancestors evil. People that discovered the food we are eating. People that did something great when there was even no technology to do something. You are calling them, they did this, they are evil, they are this, they are that. And tomorrow, you yourself at this time now, you have not even discovered anything. What have we discovered on our own? Okay, let's say they are evil. These people fight and save the land we are. What are we even saving for the children we are bringing out? What food or whatever have we discovered apart from that one we are eating from still our ancestors that gave us? Even when you go to these people's land, you don't even eat their food. Even if you eat, you don't enjoy it. You also want to eat that one that you have already. You understand? So this is what I'm trying to say. Let our people wake up and understand what can we do. What is the solution? Now we have identified the problem. Yes, one thing is to identify problem. Second thing is, what is the solution? How can you stop that thing? How can we, where are we going? What is our agenda? What is our mission? Do we have a mission? Even 2030, we are going to 2030 now. What is our vision 2030? We don't even have any vision. The same way we are now, we still continue talking, and most of us will also be dead by that time. We don't know. Nobody's praying for death, but anything can happen. So we should also be ready and know that anything can happen. What is our agenda? We have intellectuals, we have people that can code and do many things. Nobody is even thinking about, can we even create even a system to study information so that some people coming after us can even go there and see some messages and information. And this will be coded in our own system that nobody destroys this. You know, all of us are even attached, even as what we were saying there now. Coming together here now, it's still under which platform? Who this platform we are talking about, we are here into now, or the other platform we have been using, who make it possible? Do we even have our own? No. Those people that have it, don't you think that they can just decide to delete after 35 years or after 3 generations to come? They can write this in their constitution of their company to delete every data after 30 years. And when they delete it 30 years, do you think what we are saying today will be there for our children or grandchildren to see? Nobody will say it. You know, so what are we doing? The primary work, what are we, you know, like I was saying, if we want to do so, let us start coming together. We can form association. Even when you travel to abroad, you see that most of these things that are happening there doesn't just happen with that association. All of them has association. They have WhatsApp number. They are into. They are discussing every day. This thing you think we are doing here, they are doing this even in the WhatsApp, where nobody even have access to. They are discussing the next solution, the next project, what are they going to do? All these people are coming, what is our plan? They are talking in there, they are deciding. So we say, don't employ them, don't do this, let us do them this, let us do them that. You understand? Even when they employ you, say they don't even give you the full contract of what you are working. They reduce it so that you don't get the benefit when you are old. You can work and die and work and work and work and die in that job. You will not get the real benefit others are getting. You understand? They will give you full contract, but inside that full contract, what you are doing is what they are writing down is that you are doing half time, whereas it's a full contract. So that half time, when you die inside that half time, or you go when you are old inside that half time, they will pay you under somebody that work for half time, whereas you work full time, and they're supposed to be paying you full time. So they cheat you in everywhere. So what are we going to do? And what are we doing about it? You know, and they have created this hatred inside us that when you bring up on this topic, your brothers, they started hating you. Even your families. Most of your family now, if you tell them now you're no longer a Christian now or Muslim or whatever, they start hating on you. As if they want you to go that heaven with them. You see, must I follow you to go your heaven? But they are not ready to even help you here on earth. You are here with them. Most of the time, you ask them money, they cannot even assist you for certain things. But they are, for the fact they say you don't want to go to that their heaven, that they are programming their mind that there is a heaven somewhere that is better than here we are now. They are ready to even kill you. They see you as a sinner before them because it has been planted inside them. Sorry, I just came down because I'm on the road because of the noise of the car passing. You understand my people? So this is what I was saying. This has been a sin that has been planted and they are watering it. And even now, this is even our people that is even fighting more on it. So first of all, we have to know how to educate our people. You know, try to bring them back because even this religion has taken them. Most of our people now are even our enemies. Not even even the people we are looking at. Our own people are our enemies these days. You see? So let us see what we are going to do. If we are going to come together, let us know how we are going to come together and what is our agenda and what is our purpose. Because that's coming together must have an agenda and a purpose. Because if we talk from now till tomorrow, it is only few of us that will reasonably wake up and change the way we do things. But the majority of us will not. And those majority are going to also be our enemy and supporting those our enemy to deal with us. You know? How can somebody tell you to pray for your enemy, love your enemy? and your thinking faculty, you think that is good. And when you do something to them as the enemy, they immediately take you, send you 30 years imprisonment, deal with you, even anything they want to do with you. And they are telling you to pray for your enemy, love your enemy. Which kind of thought? Even your enemy is killing you, accepting. I don't understand how people reason. You know, but I understand this problem started from.
Okay, please start rounding up, please.
Yeah, let me round up. This problem starts from slavery because somebody asked me that what is happening to us is not even from the people we think it's coming from. And I told the person it's a lie. It's a lie. This thing started from slavery. If you want to doubt it, take somebody now, lock him up for 6 months off the light, bring him out in a light on light and see if he will not close his eyes. He will not want to see the light again because now he's not used to that darkness. That's what is happening to us. We have suffered slavery. Then inside that slavery, make one person a leader. He want to also, act like that slave master too. You understand? That is what is happening to us. So our problem is always from there. So people should stop saying that our problem is not from there, that we are the one doing ourselves. We are not the one doing ourselves. You know what we taste for people? Let's just give ourselves 70 years or 60, 75, 80 years. How many generations of us was left, both home and abroad? Because, our people don't understand. Most of the American people, when as they say, you sold us out, they don't know that also people at home was also colonized. What is colonization? Is it because they rebrand it? It's still the same thing. The same thing you are suffering abroad, we're also suffering at home. At the same time. For how many years? So you see, the problem is home and abroad. So they should stop saying that we are the one that sold them, like they went and teach them. You understand? Telling them those are rubbish information and they think that is the truth. We are not. We are not. With these people, we are taking home as we take them because our ancestors were people that welcome visitors. But we never know that the agenda was a different agenda. When they tell you missionary journey, what is a mission? In a military terms, mission is to conquer. If I don't know, many of you might have served in military. What is mission? Is it not a missionary? You understand? So, my brother, let us understand what happened almost around. They say missionary, they came with a missionary journey in Africa. What is missionary? This is a mission to conquer and defeat. So let us understand this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Because I think Tony will be soon going to bed, but talent, if you have something to contribute, we have a few minutes, so we'll just do some random thing. But talent, if you have something to contribute, please unmute your mic and you have your 1 minute. Talent, are you there? Okay. Maybe it's not there. It's not there. Okay. Yes. See if you have something, unmute your mic.
So one last thing that I want to say is, no African.
Able to please mute your mic, please. Able to mute your mic. Okay, see, you have the floor.
Yes. So my sister here, I think she's from the United States, that was claiming that she was Hebrew, or she might be also, since she said that she has the DNA test. There is this thing in our community or in our country, in our continent, that one is better than the other. One is not better than the other. Let's free ourselves from mental slavery as well. All our African brothers and sisters are beautiful. We all have different talents. We all have different contribution to bring. So let's not just hold on to something that is not us, or this is I'm from Ethiopia. I've never claimed I'm from Hebrew. And I will never claim that because I know my roots are in Africa. Hebrew or Jew has nothing to do with me except come to our country. To this day, they are the problems. So I don't want to hear anybody saying that, the Bible, this is my opinion. But nobody's like, just because you think that you're a Hebrew, it makes you feel, or it gives you an illusion of being the chosen one, which the Bible does. And if God has chosen people, he wouldn't be just, or God wouldn't be just, because being just and having a favorite clashes. So let's keep that in mind, that these people wrote their history. Whether it's their history or not, we don't know. But they wrote their history so that we can be brainwashed by their history. This is not our history. So this is what I want to say. That's it.
Yeah, very, very sound wrap up, and that's the truth. I'm proud when people are, very straight, and then when people understand the true story of Africa, and Africa will be liberated. And yes, we'll try to rescue those that are brainwashed. Like you said, we need to move on from this, from mental slavery. I know it's difficult when people see the chains in their neck and their hands, and when they start to call it jewelry, it's very difficult to rescue them, because they see that the chains is beautiful, so it's difficult to take it off their neck. But we'll try and do that. Yes, is Ebuto out? Because supposed to have some. Okay, I think he dropped out. Okay.
Yeah, somebody's saying Israel is in Africa. No, it's not. Africa is Africa.
Israel cannot be in Africa. Allah, that's talking from that place called Israel. It was, created in 1947 after the Geneva Convention. They were scattered all over the place. The Jewish people scattered all over the place. One thing people don't understand, even till today, if they hear you speak Hebrew, they are not happy. They want to find out who taught you how to speak the language. They are not friendly people. They don't see Africans as part of. But the only thing we need to understand about this system in this world, like nobody's monopoly of knowledge. But one thing we need to understand: everything they produce in this world, take joke. We just have to take our time and watch. We are talking about people of over 25% of the world population. Whatever they produce, they have American spec, they have Euro spec, they have Gulf spec, and they have the Asian spec. One thing they don't have, I've never seen African spec in their production. So they don't see us as people. How can they are producing things and they intentionally cut off the largest population. We are over 1.5 billion people. China is 1.4 or something. India is 1.4 something. That's it. That's it too. And then you have Africa put together. Over 1.5 billion people. We are the majority, but they are telling us that we are the minority. That's why they came up with the strategy divide and conquer to broke Africa into small countries, and also first they broke us into tribes instead of kingdoms. And all their production, not even one. There's nothing like African spec. So that is a clear message that they are not even recognizing us as a people. I still keep wondering that people don't want to understand this. So thank you so much. Thank you, sister, for your submission. I'll be BIAFRA. If you have something to tell us, please unmute your mic and educate us. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you again for this wonderful time today. This is a good place everybody should be. Anywhere you are watching, I hope you are tapping to this program to keep this the organizer going. I don't know how TikTok works, but I know that if we boost and help him, the page will remain. We want this kind of page, more of this. Everybody should join, follow each other, and do. Liberation is not only for your village, for your town. It's for Africa. You don't know how these people hate you. I am not here to tell you, you're supposed to know. Anywhere you are today, you are in Asia, in Europe, in America, you are in advanced slavery. People that jump into the water because they refuse slavery, when you look at those people, you will see my face. You think they are the only one. Some people stayed back. Some people were enjoying the slavery. I am sure my face, I am sure I am one of them. I don't know about you. The people that jump to go back through the waters, through the water. So what are we saying? The liberation of Africa is all rounder. I said it again and again. Remove religion. Let's be more spiritual than religion. Let's be spiritual. In your village, you were existing. Your forefathers were faithful, were good people before they brought all those things for you. The people that gave you all those things still don't want you to come to their country free of charge. But they told you heaven is for everybody. How can somebody who told you that heaven is for all of us don't want you to be in the same bus with him, live in the same neighborhood with him? Wake up, Africans. The people that are killing, they were killing in Russia, Ukraine, were not half of one set of people they killed in one state in Nigeria. Let me use Plateau. Let me use Benue, for example, or Plateau State, where they kill like 500 plus in a day. You will not see Pope coming out to talk about the Christians they are killing. But he will rush out to come and tell you to pray for Ukrainians, the Russians, because you are Africa. They don't value you. You are still, unless you liberate yourself, unless we join hands together and love ourselves first. I am not black. We are melanin. We are chocolate. You see our color. You cannot buy it. Many of some of our foolish sisters and even some men are bleaching their skin. They can buy it from market, but you can never buy this my color. You can never buy this our color. So keep the faith. Fight together. Love yourself. Be your brother's keeper. We will get there. We must liberate ourselves. It is we that will tell our stories. Nobody can tell our story. Nobody will love you more than yourself. When you love yourself, other people love is additional. Let's be together. Join hand and liberate Africa. Look at what is going on. Some people have been in darkness for years, while you have what it takes to give you light and you are powering Western world. They bury pipeline from your village and pass. Thank God for our Niger brothers who fought it to cut it off. They would have transferred it until even America here. Have you seen any day they say there's no light in America? No. What mineral resources do they have that we don't have double times 10 in Africa? Africa, we are blessed people. we have all it takes to be more than these people. It's because our people don't want to stand up. If you stand up, you will be a winner. We are already winning. That's why they are panicking everywhere. Tension everywhere. You see how everywhere everybody is waking up in Africa. In Africa, the tension, they are doing meeting upon meetings. They are watching. They are not sleeping. We are giving them sleepless night. Not to talk of when you add more, when you just add little to what effort you are doing now. When you add little to it, they are on our feet. We are the one on top. You don't know. My mind, I am 1,000% sure we are already winning. But some of you are still sleeping. Some of you are beclouded. You are still hallucinating, thinking about what they told you. Forget about what they told you. They lied to our ancestors. Our ancestors were so welcoming that they allowed these people to enter them. They were great people, good people that allowed these people to enter them. Don't allow the enemies to infiltrate you again. Enough is enough. If our ancestors are like the Westerners, would they have allowed them to come closer to them? No, because we are good people. Generally, we are great people. We have human. Now, look at it. The people that gave you Christianity and the Muslim and whatever, they still don't allow you to come to their country for free, but they came to your own free of charge. They were there everywhere. But this generation, I thank God I am among this generation. Just beat your chest and say, thank God that your ancestors kept you alive for this time. We must finish it. What our ancestors started, we must finish it. We are not backing down. Not somebody like me. No. Consistency is the key. No, don't look back. Keep focused. Just be looking at where you are going. Don't look back, no matter what. Dust yourself and be moving. And at the end, we will all see our children will not fight this fight again. We must finish it for them. This is the time. We must finish this fight this time. We are not leaving it for our unborn children. Never. They have humiliated us enough. Somebody was saying how they will give you job and give you part-time. Do you know how much they pay themselves? Or you think what your colleagues, they are paying you the same thing? You have to think again. You have to think again. They are scared because once we liberate ourselves and move, even America is already falling. Everywhere, they are scared. Think of the kind of job we do here. How many of them can do it? They are listening to us. You think they are not watching us? They are watching us. You can't use our taxpayers and humiliate us and still go and kill our people back home. You starve us. You took our mineral resources. You stole our wealth. You stole our wealth. Humiliated our forefathers. Chained us. I don't even know how people still feel comfortable wearing chains in their neck. That was how the thing came out. They humiliated our people. Our ancestors, if you say your ancestors, anyway, the guy that said it, he knows he's talking to himself or maybe his father, I don't know. Because you are going to be childless if you curse your father, saying that your ancestors are your problem. Tomorrow you will grow old and be somebody's ancestors, or you think you will live forever here? You will not. We will all die. Maybe highest we stay now, 50 or high. It depends on how old you are. 50 or higher, 60, 70. Everybody will go. Now you become ancestor. They will start calling you wicked and evil ancestor, wicked, calling you names. We have everything. We have our charms. It was working for us before they came. If they have left us, we would have been manufacturing a helicopter by now. The soup your mother was cooking for you, who told her how to prepare it? You think we don't have science? We don't know how to do it. We were doing it before they came. Forget all those things they are telling you. That's why they are making us, chasing us away for us to come here and be slaves for them. Advanced slavery. That's what I call it. We must liberate Africa. Africa, wake up. Wake up. Just mention the mineral resources in your backyard and you are still suffering. The countries you are staying today, how many Oyibo from that country? Your Europe, Asia, America, how many of them are in your own village? How many of them? Can they even sleep without light for the whole 24 hours? They can't. We must liberate our people. This is the time. We have suffered enough. Enough is enough. When you hear enough is enough, they have pushed us to the wall. We must liberate ourselves. Don't wait for anybody. We will make it happen. I promise myself. If it is only 10 years or 5 years or today, I will die. I will make my own effort. I will try my best. Try your best. Don't wait for anybody. Encourage others. Motivate others. Talk to yourselves. Don't worry. It will take time for people that still religious, blah, blah, blah. They will understand. Some of them are back home. So you don't expect anybody back home to reason like people that have come out and see what is going on here. Because it's only when you step outside that side, you will understand what is going on. I love you guys. Ada BIAFRA from Chicago. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was a good one. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Tony. Tony, are you there? I think I have to call Tony. Well, anyways, yes, we'll be rounding up now. I want to thank everyone on the live, those in the comment section. To say thank you. Really appreciate everyone for today's discussion. It was a very, very interesting one, full of power, emotions, ideas. We learn every day. We've learned something new today and unlearn. And for those that don't believe in the African unity, just want to send a signal and a message to them that Africa will definitely unite. And for those with the intentions of building Africa, very soon we'll be contacting, like minds, like we said. We've already been collecting numbers. And one thing that is very clear is we are not looking for, it's not about the figures. It's about members, dedicated people, like minds, people with the true African spirits. Just like Ebotu was thinking we'll come up again to, talk about the way forward, but no problem. I think we'll see come back again. We'll still be here today again. So I believe you have a lot to learn from you. and others. Thank you so much. Those on the panel, we really appreciate your contribution today. Yes, we just have to be patient. Sometimes we have people with different opinions. That's what the world is all about. People will definitely have different opinions. There are people that are happy with the situation. Yes, maybe because their uncle or some of them, their uncle or their family members benefiting from this corrupt system, while some, they are just ignorant. You can imagine they interviewed some people, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, about why they protesting. They said, yes, because they unalive one musician in Nigeria, and they said that the boy is from Calabar. They say, Calabar. They say, yes, Mohbad is from Calabar. They don't even know where the guy is from. They don't know anything. They said, yeah, one boy, they just unalive him, so they are going to protest. They don't even know, but they're just following the crowd. So you always have people with different opinions, and some are ignorant, while some they have the wrong teaching. But that's why we are here, to educate people, and we also learn from people, so that we can come together as one and move this whole thing forward. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for a wonderful evening. I will call it a day. Tomorrow we'll be back again by 8 p.m. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the support. Always, as I appeal, those on the comment section, we keep tapping whenever in the comment section. And today we are running up, but whenever we're in the comment section, for the live to continue, so that the TikTok don't close the live, like the live program. We need your, power tapping, likes, and share also, so that more people will come and more people will be educated also, and we can also learn from more people. There are good people out there with the Pan-African mentality. We need to come together and put this all together so we can move together. Once again, thank you very much. Thank everyone, and have a wonderful night. From my position is 10 minutes to 4 a.m. in the morning. Thank everyone, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Alright. Kachi phone o. Ndị na-ege m ntị, ka unu mere? Daalụnụ. Kachi phone ụmụnne m. Ya gazienụ. Ya gazienụ. Daalụnụ. Ka anyị nakpu ụla na omegowa na wee mana m aha eme. Ọ ya ka m ji sị ka m gbanye mgbe. Yes, ahụchara m unu niile. Ahụchara m onye ọbụla. Daalụnụ, 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 daalụnụ. Ịma na nwee ka o si dị nsị ka ụmụnne m nụrụkwa, ha nọrọ ya 4 hours, mana etinyere m ya mgbe m hụrụ na m nwee ike ịnọ ụlọ a na-ahụ m, maka etinye ihe na-anaghị n'anya oge ụfọdụ ọ naghị ekwu okwu. Onye ọbụla tete n'ụra. Ụmụ Igbo kunie n'ụra, tete n'ụra. Anyị ga-emeri. Unu atụ n'ụjọ. Anyị nwee mmeri. Ọ bụrụ na ndị obodo ọzọ ekuniwego, o socha n'ihe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu lụrụ, because ụfọdụ na-ege ya. Ọ bụ ọsọ ụmụ Biafra ka ọ na-agwa okwu mgbe ọ na-ekwu okwu. O nwere ndị na-ege ya, ka iche nọọsụ anyị na-ege ya mgbe ha. Ihe na-eme kịta n'Afrịka niile gosi na ndị na-ege ya karịrị akarị.
Celebrate our leader. Let's celebrate.
Celebrate our leader, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Tata bụkwa birthday ya. Unu dekwere ya happy birthday. Kodelu ya happy birthday. Akwụkwọ kweziri ma Facebook na YouTube blọkụ si ma blọkụ. Nke a bụ ebe ụfọdụ ga na-esi enene m nkịta bụ na nke Sọnị ma ọ bụ nke Battle Cry. Nke a connect si m ha nchema. So ya gazie na ụmụnne m. Onye nụ ya ka alụ nwanne ya gazie. Tete nọ n'ụra. Ọ ya adị mma. Chineke gọzie onye ọbụla. Ihe unu ga-eri ga-abịa, nke ga-eri unu agaghị afọ ọnụ. Onye si onye isi anyị na-awa aja nke ya ka ọ ga-eji chụ. 5, onye si na ihe anyị na-eme enweghị isi, o tinye isi ya ka ọ hụ na ọ ga-enwe isi by force. Chetakwanụ na ịdọ aka n'ọnụ ka na-agakwa, ọ ka na-agakwa. So daalụnụ, ka anyị jere ha ụra na taịm mbọ nchi na-akụzi maka ọ dịnụ. I love you guys.